Today I messed up by taking out the recycling in the morning. This happened today. So I live at home with my parents. My parents prefer this as rent is super expensive in my area and they want me to build up some savings before moving out. I woke up this morning realizing I was up before my dad, rare, so I decided to go ahead and take the recycling bins to the curb for pickup so he didn't have to do it. I head back up to my bedroom afterwards to get ready for work. I start to hear a thunking and I'm really confused at where it's coming from. My first thought is that my shower is dripping, because the sound is rhythmic. I then hear what I thought was my mom yawn. It wasn't. Finally it dawns on me what I'm actually hearing. Something a child never want to hear their parents doing. I hastily grabbed my AirPods and blasted some music to drown out the noises as best I can. My parents' bedroom is across the hall from mine, and they sleep with their door open so our dog can get water in the night if she needs to. They didn't bother to close it before doing their things, so the noises were loud. The AirPods did their best though. My soul is shriveling up typing this. They finish up, ew, and I sit in my bedroom for like 10 minutes debating climbing out my window so I don't have to face either of them. Sadly, that's not feasible. So I grab my things and head out, meeting my mom in the kitchen to her surprise. She says, "I didn't know you were still here." All I can say in return is MHM, then I head out the door. While driving to my office I realized they must have heard me open the side door and open the garage door itself while I was taking out the recycling, and assumed I was headed out. They did not, however, hear me head back up the stairs to my bedroom, or see me. I tell a good friend this story and he dies laughing, helping me laugh a little bit too. Anyways, I spent my morning contacting some apartment complexes about their availability. Too long. Didn't read. I took out the recycling this morning. My parents heard the garage door open and assumed I had left for the day. They took the opportunity to have some alone time. I hadn't left. Today I messed up by saying titty during a game of Heads Up with my girlfriend's family. For anyone who doesn't know what the game Heads Up is like, player A holds a card/phone up on their forehead, which they cannot see. If the card/phone says a term like Netflix, people on player A's team will give clues so player A guesses the term. A good clue for this would be it's not Hulu, but. And player A would guess Netflix, get it right, and move on to the next term. My girlfriend's family come from the Midwest, classic old-fashioned, church-going people. Very nice people but very reserved. I, on the other hand, come from a family of Italians from the East Coast. Admittedly, this means sometimes I should have a better filter than I do. So there we all are, enjoying some drinks and playing a fun game of Heads Up. The clue was Janet Jackson. I'm not sure why I blurted it out. Maybe a mix of embarrassing competitiveness and the liquor, but I immediately screamed titty out at the Super Bowl. Time stopped. I saw my entire relationship flash before me. I've never been in a situation where 1 second feels like an eternity until this moment. Everyone stopped yelling clues. My girlfriend didn't even guess. Everyone just stopped and stared at me. I became so anxious, started sweating. I can only imagine my face at this moment would have made the top posts of all time on r/watch people die inside. My girlfriend's parents' friends broke the ice. They said, "Okay, well, I think it's time for us to get out of here." Everyone followed suit. I awkwardly said goodbye and I'm sorry, but I knew what I had done couldn't be undone. My girlfriend ignored me the rest of the night, still including now, where I'm hiding in the bathroom writing this post. I'm not sure what the ramifications will be and if our relationship will survive, but it's not looking good. My girlfriend obviously doesn't care about the word titty, I think more so the fact that her boyfriend screamed titty out of nowhere in a friendly game of Heads Up. The ironic thing is I think that was an A+ clue. If we were playing with my family, not only would everyone have died laughing at someone screaming titty, but they all would have guessed the term correctly. It was that moment that I realized just how different two families can be. Too long. Didn't read. Screamed titty out at the Super Bowl during a game of Heads Up with my girlfriend's conservative family. Update, lot of people saying she isn't the one, break up with her, etc. No. We have the same sense of humor. She isn't as conservative as her parents. Her parents joke around and curse, but when someone screams titty in an inappropriate setting it's a little crass. Woke up and she was fine, just said she was annoyed the night ended like that. Going out to dinner with them tonight, so let's hope I don't shout any more expletives. So many miserable people telling me to break up with her after hearing one small story. Second update, went to dinner with the same group and we laughed about it. I was a little confused because they acted like it wasn't a huge deal all of a sudden. Maybe they realized they were a little uptight? Not sure. But I say hello and my girlfriend's dad's friend said, "Hey man, I wonder how Janet Jackson is doing today," and everyone laughed. I said something along the lines of, "I let the tiger out of the cage last night, so that's my bad." They laughed and said it's fine, it was just getting late. My girlfriend and I are fine, she isn't the monster you guys make her out to be. How would you feel if you knew your parents were conservative and your boyfriend shouted titty out? Probably a little annoyed, and she had a right to be. For everyone saying I should break up with her, she's awful. It sounds like a fun relationship/s. You guys are miserable human beings. What kind of person do you have to be to tell an internet stranger to break up with his girlfriend of 2 years because of one small story? Sounds like you're just a bunch of miserable people who want others to be miserable as well. Probably incel idiots. To everyone who got the point of the post, that it's a funny, embarrassing story, without reading too far into it, thank you for the kind words. A lot of people said not to listen to the idiots, and I appreciate that. Not that I would ever listen to the internet about my relationship, but it was appreciated. Also obligatory thanks for the gold and silver.